I've made y'all wait long enough. Let's talk about who is on the Tal'Dorei Council. However, in Critical Role's canon, there have basically been two dates in history where we've been given information on the Tal'Dorei Council. Again, this is a governing body that's existed for some time, so there have been more than one council, if you will. So for this video, we're going to talk about the first one that we've been given information on, the one in 812 PD. And to begin, Sovereign Uriel Tal'Dorei is technically part of the council. He was the sovereign, the final sovereign, who stepped down and instead gave the power of governing Tal'Dorei to the Tal'Dorei Council. He was unfortunately shortly thereafter murdered, but he is technically still part of the council. Alright, so the first member of this 812 council we're going to be talking about is Lornak Scythe, and he was the Master of Development. We know this person in name only, which is why I don't have a photo here, but we know that they were removed from the council after it was found out that they were having illegal dealings with the Clasp. Which brings us to Theodorn Kraz, who replaced Lornak Scythe as the Master of Development, and he's the one who designed Grayskull Keep for Vox Machina. Next, we have General Krieg, who was the Master of Law on the 812 Council, before it was discovered that he was actually the Dragon Brim Scythe, member of the Chroma Conclave. Krieg was replaced as Master of Law by this badass, Arbiter Brom Goldhand, who was actually thought to have been killed during the attack on Amon by the Chroma Conclave, but showed up later just covered in burns being like, not yet. Next, we have Riskel Doxio, who was the Master of Commerce until it was found out he too was a traitor and was secretly worshipping Vecna and working with the Briarwoods. He was executed by Grog at the orders of the Sovereign. And replacing Riskel Doxio as Master of Commerce is the gnome Hannah Wasserin. And there's not really anything known about this character other than name, and there's no fan art that exists. The Master of Defense on the 812 Council was Sir Gregory Fence, and Fence actually went missing and Vox Machina was hired to learn about his whereabouts. They of course find Fence's corpse. He had been tortured because he was investigating the attempt on Sovereign Uriel Tal'Dorei's life, and this is what led Vox Machina to ultimately discovering that General Krieg was indeed Brim Scythe. Fence was replaced as Master of Defense by Topher Batoris, a female dragonborn that is also a complete badass. She lost an arm during the Battle of the Chroma Conclave. Next, the Master of Information on the 812 Council was Seeker Assume Imring. Seeker Assume was previously a member of the Clasp, which was why they were well suited to be the Master of Spies for the Tal'Dorei Council. They were a great ally to Vox Machina, and additionally, Seeker Assume is who Raishan pretended to be later in Campaign 1. Finally, a lady that needs no introduction, the Master of Arcana for the 812 Council, is Lady Allura Vysoren. She is one of the most famous people in Amon, a previous adventurer, and of course a profoundly powerful spellcaster. It bears mentioning that although Vox Machina are not official masters of the council, by the end of Campaign 1, they are officially honorary members of the Tal'Dorei Council. Alrighty y'all, that does it for the iteration of the Tal'Dorei Council circa 812 PD. If you want to see what the Tal'Dorei Council looked like at the end of Campaign 2, be sure to hit that follow button.